today I want to give you an update about the changes which are coming out of the Brexit situation. We are on our in our legal practice at Crefovi, we are almost on a daily basis discovering the negative impact of Brexit. For example, all opposition proceedings which were filed with the European Union Intellectual Property Office on the basis of English law, in particular the English tort of passing off, are being at the moment rejected and dismissed by the European Union Intellectual Property Office, the EUIPO, on the grounds that English law is no longer applicable to the EUIPO because the United Kingdom has done a Brexit. So our weekly shopping bag as well, on a more pragmatic standpoint, has gone up in price by 20 to 30% when you shop at your local supermarket. So lots of people are actually in the UK are actually starting to use food bank because they can't afford going to the supermarket anymore. I'm definitely not in this situation, but what I'm saying is that from around 100,000 people going to food banks around the UK 4 or 5 years ago, now it's actually 4 million people who daily go to food banks because they can't afford supermarket food. So another problem as well is that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the leaders in the European Union have decided to actually shut down their borders to all travelers coming from third countries, so countries which are outside the EU. And because of that, since the United Kingdom is no longer part of the European Union due to Brexit, it means that it is actually quite difficult to travel between London and Paris by Eurostar, because this is no longer an EU country. I haven't really delved into this because at the moment I'm staying put in London, but it is really becoming very complex and stuck and rigid. Everything is becoming more stuck and rigid. It's a surprise for me because I thought that the 2021 would be a time, a new era, a time where things would start to flow more, have more, be smoother, be more fluid. But actually it's quite the opposite. I see that although things are definitely accelerating, thank God, we're no longer stuck in a rut like we were in 2020. Nonetheless, there are certain institutions, especially the old way of thinking, which are really stuck in a rut and definitely not wanting to budge, and very inflexible and rigid. I don't think that's a very good approach. But anyway, so that's where we stand at the moment. So my recommendation about, understanding the aftermaths of Brexit, which really are extremely negative and bear, strong consequences. I think you have to, slow down, relax, and take it one day at a time, because everybody is in the same situation, facing all these terrible consequences due to Brexit. We're hearing that Scotland is going to organise a second referendum to check whether the Scots wants to actually do a secession from the rest of Great Britain. And I understand them, so I really do understand them. So there seems to be a dichotomy between what is good for the United Kingdom and the type of governing power which is in place in the United Kingdom, which seems to no longer really be, it's never been, but it really is showing that it's definitely not switched on. And understanding what's happening in these times. So slow down, relax, stay calm and carry on, as they say in the UK, and bear in mind that everybody is in the same dire situation. and keep going as well as you can, as effectively and professionally as you can as a creative entrepreneur in business, and resolve one step after one step these issues by staying calm and composed. Bye for now.